Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Taurus, and always a big welcome to the other zodiac signs that felt like getting an inspiration, or that this constellation, right, the combination of Sun in Leo and Moon in Taurus, has a message for them as well, is speaking to them as well. Because we are all affected by the Sun and the Moon. It's not just you, my dear Taurus, but today is this special day where when this moment happens, I take that chance to look deep within, because this moment happens only once a year. That the Sun is in Leo and the Moon is in your sign, and I don't even include the other planets. So, the Sun, the ego, the exterior, the father, the patriarch is giving strength to the matriarch, the female, the subconscious, the looking deep within, the unconscious, the dark side. And here you, Taurus, are invited to look at your belongings, look at what makes you hold on to this physical world, because you are the Hierophant, which is the Greek word for the high priest. And you have that triangle that's pointing upwards. And you have the two pillars that are gray now from the high priestess. They were black and white, and now they're gray. So let's have a look. I'm doing this reading because myself, I am creating a tarot deck with yoga positions. For Leo, the Simhasana, the lion's breath, sticking the tongue out, like the lion is sticking the tongue out, so we can stick the tongue out as well. And then let it out, that roar, that wild side. It's important to include that. We're conditioned to be very much like, you know, in this society, to be normal. For you, I created a movement. I didn't want these pillars to be like, okay, here we are, fixed. No, yeah, you're fixed in your values. And of course, Leo is fixed as well. So two fixed signs coming together is creating quite an energy. But you are, inhale, going up to the information. The information will always come down like this arrow. This triangle is pointing down. And you are willing to go up to the triangle that is up there, standing on your pillars that are clear, see-through, nothing to hide. And then the 5-pointed star here, and it's always in the center. In the center we are able to create that new energy. Your court card is the King of Pentacles. If your birthday is between April 10 and May 9th, this is your card. Yeah. We will include that. And I have, of course, if that date is not your date, I have all the other dates down below in the description. So please have a look. And I also have listed all the tarot and oracle cards that I'm using. Your last reading was Sun in Leo already, so you're getting a bonus reading. Because if I don't do a reading right now, you have to wait another month to get one. So you get a quick fix. Even though I don't do quick things. For me, it's always a little longer. And here you already got the Sun highlighting you and saying you bring great value into the natural healing field. Because you came up in the center. Many paths, healing hands, right? So the influence, one more time, of Leo for you. Let's see what this is bringing. It's a different moment, but of course it's almost like saying, no, you got to look at this one more time. And right away you got from the Visconti Sforza Tarot the 7 of Cups. It's interesting because it's only the middle row that has all three, body, mind and spirit. And of course this is Venus in Scorpio, and Scorpio is opposite of you, 6 months. And the most important thing that we need to understand is our opposite sign, the shadow side, that we need to incorporate, that we need to add into our lives. and look at it closely. And even though it's like, kind of like, right, it's important that you understand Scorpio. Now the Seven of Cups is on the position of the Fool, a new beginning in looking deeper into your emotions, and having here the central line quite strong is indicating that for some reason you are not shaken by this Venus in Scorpio, this illusionary success that they usually associate with this card. That your success is from deep within. And here in the duality, something of course is missing. The cups here on the right and the left. Let's have a further look, of course, because that's why we want to know. We want to know, what is it in the seven? The seven is the seventh chakra in the system of the Kabbalistic tree of life. It's kind of like a test. It's a communication that's coming to you, a spiritual communication that is coming to you, right? You, if you go up, you get that information. So the zero is outside of the central theme. There are 18 cards here. First 9 old ones and then 9 modern ones. And then I have the last 3 stages in one energy. And the first 2 come Oswald Wirth, and here the mystic moment. The Magician and the High Priestess. And understand that the Magician and the High Priestess in a way is a couple. One is the masculine aspect of manifesting, of being powerful, and the other one is the feminine aspect of power, Prakruti and Purusha, we say in Ayurveda to it. And so on the position of the Magician comes the number 11, comes Leo. Now here in Arthur Waite's card, it's the number 8. And here in Oswald Wirth, it's the number 11. Now Oswald Wirth's cards, there were only 22 major arcanas that he created, were used in the Kabbalistic Rose Cross order that was formed 1888 in France. La force, the strength, to have the strength to be for another person, for another energy valid. And like I said, here the tongue is coming out of the lion, and interesting enough, she's pointing in this way, and here this one is pointing this way. Because in the last month I got the message to read from right to left. The same way, the big spin of the Earth that lasts 25,800 years and then divided through the 12 zodiac signs creates an age. And we're coming out of the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And each school has a different meaning. And it's letting me know that yes, you think this is your success, you think this is your emotional success, and then someone else comes and says no. But the feeling of getting the umbrella for this bird, for this parrot, is what at the heart of the High Priestess, and this is the number 20, the 2 and the 0. So you're learning to understand what that means, and on the Fool, you're learning to understand that all emotions are in the end an illusion that make you think that if you do good, then good comes back to you. No, it's actually the school here. We come to learn here all emotions, and of course in the end the most pleasure ones are the ones that make us feel valid. Now she has the infinite 8 above her, and we do see there is something talking to us through the understanding that we are all one. The animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, all kingdoms are connected. On the position of the Empress comes the Hermetic Tarot, and on the position of the Emperor comes here the Page of Wands. The Queen of Swords, a Libra, and the Page of Wands, the young generation of all the fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So the Libra energy, the Queen of Swords, is cutting off the ego, is cutting off that which we mentally think we can control, but we can't control. And it's almost like here we have the body, mind, and spirit. It's almost like saying spirit, there's missing 2, the dualities, but you've been working on it strongly. Working on it to unite it. You've been working on it to sense it, to feel it. And here, nevertheless, you are now letting go of things that don't make sense to you anymore. Because the Empress is this lovely lady that is just fertile. She holds all zodiac sign in her crown. And the ego of knowing that you're powerful has to grow so that you can learn new things, even though on the position of the Emperor, learning new things for an emperor is always a little bit like, a little degrading, right? They're like, well, you know. So then comes on your position, here we go, the Page of Wands. Again, a page. And they look into opposite direction. One is looking to the right and the other one is looking to the left. And they have a conversation. And since I'm reading from right to left, I feel this one is in this dimension, learning and understanding, and this one is in the other dimension, seeing already the amethyst, the number 3 coming. It's almost like she is saying yes. Because here's a masculine and here it's a feminine energy. She's looking out and he's looking out, and it's almost like, and it's funny because I have these little cards. I have to get the normal size cards of the Rider-Waite. The normal size cards, I, scribbled all these things on them to learn. So let's say here I scribbled on the sides. And I cannot use them, right? So it's kind of like I had this little deck, travel deck, and I'm using them, and I'm keeping always, and I keep thinking all the time, it's like I need to get a new one. But it somehow makes sense because she's the bigger cycle and he's the smaller cycle. The 365 days that the Earth is spinning around the sun. And here comes the bigger cycle, which is 25,800 years. So they talk with each other. It's almost like here she is telling him about the future. And he cannot see that bigger circle, which is, of course, on your position. So you need to get off your chair. You really need to get off your chair. You need to start a movement. That's why I made a movement, right? The pillars. Because you don't see what is coming behind you. On the position of Gemini comes the 3, comes in the 6, the triangle that's pointing up, and it's telling you, go and grow up. Go and work your way up. The message comes down no matter what you do. The message will always come down, and now you have to go up to the message. And then you learn to love yourself. Then you learn to see that you are ready to really truly be royally you, this person that's right here, the angel. You become the angel, and you're already understanding more than most people. Then on the position of the Chariot comes Leo, Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley was in this order, the Order of the Golden Dawn, and so was Arthur Waite. Both of them learned from the Hermetic law everything they were able to learn, and then stepped out and did their own. And remember, this was also created 1888 in London, in England, this order, this brotherhood. And so here comes the number 11, the last. Now, there are schools who put the Leo on the position of 11. And then Arthur Waite put Leo on the position of 8. Like the Zodiac signs, right? So you have the number 7, the Chariot. And then you have the number 8, Leo. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, etc., right? And so here we have Leo on the position of Libra. Lust, the lion with lots of heads. And on the position of Leo, the eagle. The number 16, the number 7. So it's very interesting, right? We have here the number 7. And here's the 7. So in the last reading, or even the reading before, because last one you already had Sun in Leo. So one before that came to you this passionate energy. And the passionate energy of Tantra or sexuality is needed to go up into ego, is needed to see the passion in Leo. And the 7th chakra is the portal to the 8th chakra. And the sexual core, the sexual energy, is the one that brings the energy through the chakras up and opens you into the eagle, the higher consciousness. Alberto Villoldo, right, speaking to you, letting you know that this second reading is bringing you into the eagle, into a higher consciousness, into spirit. Then we have Salvador Dali and the mystical Tarot. Virgo, the Hermit, the looking deep within, opposite of a Pisces, the Knight of Cups, which is Pisces. And here in this phase is Napoleon. And I really like his cards because they always have quite some dramatic energy in there from these old painters. And here we see a personality that is ready to be quite intensely searching for that love that we need. And now here he's not sitting on the horse anymore. You see that? It's almost like something happened, something you realize. This is Mars in Leo, and we have the Sun in Leo. So something is letting you know this is finished. No more ego, spiritual ego. Now this is what it is. A spiritual ego. We have very much a spiritual ego these days. Oh, you don't know about etc. etc. No. Is that bad? And so the inner knowing cannot be shared, really, cannot be compared, cannot be glorified. And this is again the shadow side for Virgo, or Virgo is the shadow side for Pisces. So in the age of Pisces, Virgo was having a difficulty. Virgo was not recognized for what he is, for what he does. And here comes the 7 of fire, Mars in Leo. No matter what, you push through. And you want to succeed. Even if the horse is pushing you off. And now you're up there and it's the horse that's up there. It's the horse that brought him into success. On the position of Libra, the Justice, comes the Golden Dawn Tarot, the 6 of Coins. And the 6 of Coins is Moon in Taurus. So your own card is coming up. Moon in Taurus is really a very beautiful card. It's knowing how to give and it's knowing how to take. Now, this card is exactly what's missing here. You have 2 rows and in the center you have that one branch. You see that? So here the central line is 3 and here the outer is 3. And then on the animal spirit for the Hanged Man, we have the snake. The sign of the flower of life, that when we know and understand how to give and take, when we understand that the scale here that she's holding in her hand cannot be measured by any human, because nature is not just. Nature is precise. And who can be precise in this world? Who of all people can be fully honest, precise, just? No one. There's always someone that will find a fault within you. But only you know if you did your best. And no one has the right to judge that. And that's why the infinite loop of the snake, of that sexual energy, the sexual energy that is very much coming all through the Leo twice. 2 times the 11 is, oh, I just got a bird on the window. Hi. There it goes, the message, right? So 2 times the 11, looking into that energy of the sexual energy, like this, the way they follow, the sexual energy that Leo is about, a strong sexual energy that is now coming by understanding the giving and taking in a relationship as well. Very much you are realizing your own destiny, moon in Taurus. This is your card. 1978. I have listed all the cards down below so you can have a look and see all information about it. So here then comes Cancer on the position of Scorpio, and on the position then of Temperance comes the Moon. And again, this equal giving and taking, letting go from the last reading, letting go that this success that we want is necessary for us to be in this world, to just be, to have no goal but to be in the moment, to be present, no future, no past, always the present moment, now, now, and again now. So the 7 came as the eagle, and the 7 came as the 7 of fire, and the 7 came as the 7 of cups. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 times the 7, the heart, to see a higher spiritual message, to see from above, from the eagle. He's the only bird that can really fly as high, so you can see the curvature of the earth. To see that the spiritual message that's coming through here, that it makes sense to you, no matter what I'm telling you. To see that success is something that is not about money. It's about sometimes sitting here and looking dreamingly into the moon. The number 18, the 9. And you had here the Caballeros de Copas. Pisces, the moon, and Pisces. And of course Cancer is also ruled by the moon. So the age of Pisces is leaving, you know it, you feel it. And a new age is coming, things are shifting and changing dramatically. We gotta watch it, we gotta see it, we gotta understand it, and we gotta work with it, and we gotta define success in a completely different way. Then the medicine woman and the mystical tarot, the devil or Capricorn, and the Tower. So you learning some big lessons of the shadow side, of that side that you have to incorporate. And it's important to understand that we bring, and it's back to this card, right? That Venus in Scorpio is saying, understand the beauty of deep emotions, but do not get attached to them. Yes, they're beautiful to experience here, but they attach you, they make you miserable, they make you dependent, they make you do things that you don't have the right to. And so here comes the 5 of Pentacles and the Magician. And these are native Indian cards, really beautiful. Allowing here the 5 in the 15 from the devil to understand this 5 as a test. 5s are tests, and so is the 5 that you have. And so there is a 5-5 portal. Fives are tests, always, and this test is saying, give as a sign of love that which you like the most, to overcome the material need to own and to possess. Because if you do understand that, then you will get out of this attachment, this bondage, this holding on, into a liberation. And what does the liberation bring you? The Magician. Powerful, strong, clear. Here it is. Here you then, she's almost looking down to her and she's saying, well done, beautiful. I will now give you the magic wand. Because on the position of Aquarius comes again the 5 of Pentacles. And it's interesting, it just looks different. Mercury in Taurus, so again this is a card for you. You did do well with this, the 6 of Pentacles, Moon in Taurus. Now, how come that this is appearing twice? Thinking in the age of Aquarius that you're not good enough. You gotta let go of that. So it's rather than, instead of thinking you're not good enough, and when you give the things that you think they're not good enough, you are at least creating a vibration, a connection, and not just kind of desperate sitting here and not knowing really what to do. And on the position of the moon, the Pisces that came up is now here the number 52, the straddling worlds, wandering between realms. And it looks like she's stuck between in a realm, because I mean the moon is waking over our dreams, the moon is watching, and this looks like she's dreaming. And so you gotta liberate yourself from a position that says you're not good enough. Because self-worth here in the pentagram is not always that you don't have money. It's just that you don't think what you can give to this world is good enough to ask for money. It's that giving and taking, and you had it. So where did it go? What happened that it left you? What happened that it left you? Did you not see the signs? And wandering between realms now is giving you the push to get up and turn around and saying, have a look at this other dimension. And the 7 now becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the 7. And then speaking your truth, speaking about what you have experienced. And it's saying being comfortable in 2 states, wandering between realms, reinvention. When the straddling worlds card shows up, it's an invitation to get used to living with 1 foot in your old world and 1 foot in the new. There's no going back to the way things once were, and what will be is not yet fully here. Oh my God, I mean, this is crazy. This is really crazy. So yeah, this is the understanding of the two shifts, of the age of Aquarius and the age of Pisces. You are in the age of Pisces, still here in this dimension, and you have one foot already here, but you feel lost in that dimension. Right? You feel lost in the new age and you really don't know what to do with it, and all this information that's coming down to you. Too much information. Internet, all this, and it's too much. Then, on the position of the sun comes the desert, the horse. That is again, oh, I thought it was a horse, it's a lady. And nevertheless, now, this is very cool. So here we had, remember, Napoleon on the white horse. And then we have the horse all alone up there on the mountain. And now we have a lady that looks like a horse. Don't you think for a moment, when you just look quickly, it's the head and it's the tail, and it's like it's coming towards you, the horse? It's a lady swinging in her swing. And it's almost like this is the person that's sitting on this horse got pushed down, pushed off. Then the horse is all alone. And now here we have the lady swinging and transforming herself into a horse. Maybe there's a horse spirit speaking to you strongly. And the sun in Leo. Oh my God, I mean, this is this white shirt, the white horse, the child, this innocence is speaking directly to you, so that you then can be the flash. A creative flash of inspiration will come to you and quickly give you the perfect solution. The number 8. The number 8 through the moon in your sign. And that solution, or that flash, comes from judgment, from your guardian angel, which is on the position of the moon. The angel is connecting with you. And so here comes something quite profound to you, a liberation, a letting go of things, so that then on the position of the world, you got the Ace of Coins, looking back at this insight, looking back at this horse that you have become, the creative flash of inspiration, looking back at this beautiful moment here in the desert, into this solitary energy that you have created. Maybe you're meditating, maybe you went on a retreat, and this is how I usually hold the last 3 cards. Liberation, further liberation, not just swinging, but now you're even flying high. You're happy. And here, up here, you get the Ace of Coin, which is in your lap, which is here as that new creative spark that you get through the Hanged Man. That infinite loop of the flower of life, like a coin, like a circle. And yes, she's looking in the other direction. She's not looking in this direction, but that's okay. Because we know now that's the 365 days. That's here, in this dimension. The 3, that is connected then with this 3. Right, the 3 of the world, the 21. And these are precious goods, right? These are resources, these are things that we used to pay back then. The more jewelry you had, the more, of course, you looked like, I mean, not looked like, you were wealthy. And this is what's coming back to this card. It's very interesting because here, this was the Visconti Sforza Tarot is speaking about a richness. And you're looking at it, a richness that hasn't existed before. It was like the marriage was arranged by the parents, and the children then, after 10 years of marriage, painted the tarot deck. That's why I'm using it. And it's a really beautiful story. And it's 1450. And so you're looking back at that and you see that a circle has closed on the position of the world. An understanding has closed into, yes, back then, I remember the illusion that we have about certain things in our lives. It's almost like, right, if I put him here, it's like they look at each other and she's saying, yeah, I get it. A new thing, a new, let's start new, let's start fresh. Let's go, let it go, that 7 of Cups, the Venus in Scorpio, that illusion, let it go. Create a new cycle, create something new, because you get now the Magician on the position of the Tower. And you have the Eagle. I mean, these are up there, right? And you are liberating yourself, truly liberating yourself into a new cycle. And so I hope I see you in the next reading, because that's what it is. It's the next cycle. Into the next reading comes then, when we look at the Sun, Virgo, and on the position of Virgo comes its opposite energy, the Age of Pisces, Piscean, the Knight of Cups, looking deeper into the love that you can now give through what you have understood through your journey, through what this life is bringing to you. And it's bringing to you the Eagle on your position, right? So the Eagle meditates. In Alberto Villoldo's reading, the Eagle meditates and knows what's going on, is the spirit. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.